So, we are going to just finish this packet here. We have two new theorems to learn, so my lesson won't be very long today, okay? So what we're gonna do is this. Yesterday we talked about inscribed angles, and do you guys remember if I had a circle and I have a central angle, and this is 60, what's that? 60, right? Then if I drew an inscribed angle, its vertex would be on the circle, and what would that angle be? 30, very good. So that's what we learned yesterday for the most part. We also talked about this theorem back here, where if you have like this blue and red inscribed angle that intersect the same arc, that then these two angles are equal. So we talked about that theorem too. So now today what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn another new theorem that says if you have a triangle inside of a circle, or you'll see the word inscribed, so that one of the sides of the triangle is a diameter. And how you can tell that is that side will go through the center of the circle. So you'll see that center kind of bolded and emphasized. And what this is saying is if you have that triangle going through with the diameter as one of the sides. Hello, this is Tammy Button. Sure. Yep, bye. Brianna, you have to go see Miss Clegg. Okay. All right. So if we look here, this one here said, what this is saying is if you have that situation, this inscribed angle is going to be 90 degrees. So you have, what you would have there is a right triangle. So how that makes sense, this is 180 degrees if that's the diameter, and this is inscribed over that 180, so it would be half of that, okay? So you're gonna get some problems today that look like this, okay? And you're gonna have a triangle inside of a circle where one side is a diameter, and what you can do then is think the angle opposite that diameter is gonna be right. Now, notice they're giving you angle A and angle B. Do you guys remember talking about if this is 90, don't those two angles add up to 90, right? So we're gonna add those together, x plus 4 plus 8x minus 4 equals 90, okay? Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add the two x's together and get 9x. My 4 and my minus 4 cross out, and that equals 90. Then I'm gonna divide by 9, and x is 10. Now, that is not the answer they want. What they want is the measure of angle B, which in this situation is the 8x minus 4. So what I would do then is take this 10 and put it in there. So it was 8 times 10 minus 4, which is 80 minus 4, which is 76. Okay, so that would be our answer. If we go down and look at this one, it would be the same thing. So we have a triangle inside of a circle, and if this is a diameter, that makes this angle across from it 90. If that's 90, my two angles add up to 90. So I can just go 2x plus the 4x minus 6 equals 90, okay? 2x plus 4x is 6x minus 6 equals 90. And then I'm going to add 6, and I get 6x equals 96. And divide by 6, x is 16. Okay? Now what we're going to do is go back and find, well, we just found x to be 16. So that's one of my answers. And then what I'm going to do is put my x into the measure of angle t. And the measure of angle t is 4x minus 6. So then what I do is take this 16 and put it in there. So I have 4 times 16 minus 6, which would be 64 minus 6, which I believe would be 58. Okay. So that's one of the rules we have to learn today. The second rule that we're going to learn today is instead of a triangle being inside the circle, we're going to have a 4-sided figure inside of the circle. And it doesn't have to be a rectangle or rhombus. It just has to be any 4-sided figure, which we think of as quadrilaterals. And what this theorem says is if you have a 4-sided figure inside, your opposite angles are supplementary, okay? So 1 and 2 would add up to 180, 3 and 4 would add up to 180, okay? So angle 1 plus angle 2 equal 180, angle 3 plus angle 4 equal 180. So if I go down to this one, again, it's the ones that are across from one another add up to 180. So I would take U and S, add those two together, 3x minus 5 plus 3x plus 5, and they add up to 180. They're supplementary. So minus 5 plus 5 cancels. 3x plus 3x is 6x equals 180. Divide by 6, and x is 30. Now, what I have to do on this one is put it back in because they want angle S, which is right here. So the measure of angle S is 3x plus 5. If I put 30 in there, 3 times 30 is 90, plus 5 is 95. So that is my answer here. Bless you. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that same exact thing with these two. They're across from each other, so they add up to 180. 7y plus 11y is 18y. Then we divide by 18, and y is 10, okay? Then what I'm gonna do is find angle R by putting 10 in here. So the measure of angle R is 11y. If I put 10 in there, I would get 110. And you could always put that y in both the ones and make sure they add up to 180. This one, same thing. Opposite angles add up to 180. So I could go 11x plus 8 plus 8x plus 1 equals 180. 11x plus 8x is 19x. 8 plus 1 is 9. Then I'm going to subtract 9. And I get 19x equals 171. Divide by 19. And x would equal, is that 9? thank you. Then we'd have to put it back in for G, this one we're asking for G. So the measure of angle G would be 8 times 9 plus 1, which would be 73 right here. Then one last part and then I'll be done. So this last part, we'd add these two together. So we'd go 6y minus 4 plus 5y minus 3 equals 180. And then 6y plus 5y is 11y. Negative 4 minus 3 is minus 7. Add 7. And I get 11y equals 187. Divide by 11. And x is 17. And then we have to put that back in to angle H, which would be 6 times 17. Is that what I had gotten? 6 times 17. And then minus 4. Did anyone punch that in? Thank you. So 98 is my answer for that. Alright, so your assignment today, did you guys have a worksheet yesterday that had day 1 and day 2 problems? Okay. So I think if you open that up, you'll do these problems and then you'll do these problems, okay? And I'm guessing these are already listed, and you can just do it on a separate sheet, do 9-4 worksheet day 2, and then do the worksheet problems and the book problems.
I think I'm a bad child. Truancy, man. Why? Because on Tuesday, that day that I was gone, my dad forgot to call and tell them why I was gone. And so it says like not excused except for homeroom, because homeroom must not have taken attendance. So they think that I just went to homeroom and the rest of the day I was just okay, maybe so she's like, I'm gonna go do like stuff like that, but I just never had these problems before.
Did everybody get this?
Well, you just like smell. Yesterday? Was like, yeah, I did part of it. Can you please tell me? I did the first one. Taking care of. Well, obviously it's not bad.
Yeah, I want the desert right there.
Like in a good way. So much fun. You did. My boyfriend would answer that was great. No. Swear, he doesn't like me. Sometimes. Don't start with. I said sometimes. Yesterday? No, I was wearing. No. Yesterday. You know how I was wearing. Yeah. Was that the yesterday? He was wearing this on the other end.